Blessed Tuesday, dear friends in Christ. It's great to be with you here today. Pray that your day and week are going well. Uh, this is our first devotion from my home office in our new house. So, part of the what may look to be stuff that's not ready to go. For our time today, to really start our journey, I should say, I think we're going to start with our psalm reading from Psalm 65. Uh, this is a wonderful psalm, and it really gets us in the right frame of mind. It really starts us off in the right way, um, especially for this week, because we're going to be our focus for this Sunday will be on our Old Testament from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 55. And there's a key verse there that I'll be focusing on, even though I won't be in worship on Sunday, but you'll still have that ability to hear the message. So right off the bat, with Psalm 65, and what we'll see, I think, with regards to all the readings this week, is really how, even though there are times when we think that God's really not involved, not engaged, we hear that a lot too. We hear from people like, oh, he's just a distant God. He doesn't, not involved with anything. And, we hear how some people think that, oh, God is just, this who put it together, but, you know, after he's done creating, just kind of let it be. And we can really feel that way in our lives too, where, kind of like what we talked about this past Sunday, is where one problem after another, or one failure after another, we get discouraged. We really just have a hard time dealing with things. But the great thing about Psalm 65 is what really reminds us of how that's not true, right? The psalmist here gives us a great picture, and he keeps building on it, right? Um, he keeps building on just how effective God is, right? How His word, as the prophet Isaiah will say, goes out and it accomplishes that for which it was purposed, right? And so I mean, for instance, just look at let's start off with just a few verses. Uh, Verse 4: Blessed is the one you choose and bring near to dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, the holiness of your temple. We'll go into verse 5. By awesome deeds you answer us with righteousness, O God of our salvation, the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas. The hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas. The hope, right? The hope, a four-letter word, but man, it's such a powerful word, right? It's a powerful word for us because the hope that we have. Again, we will face failures. We will face one life challenge after another. Uh, there will be times in our lives where we think that, you know what, God may not be here, right? Or God, you know, where is He in all this? I think that's more of what it is. It's like where's God in this? I thought He said He's going to be with me. Why isn't He walking by my side? And that's where we need to remember that one, He is, but it's one of those things where His awesome deeds, He answers us in our prayers, in our cries for mercy. He answers, maybe not the way that we want or that we think He should, but He does answers. He answers us with, as the song says, with righteousness. That God is our salvation. He is the one that we hope in. He's where we place our trust. He is the one who makes all things new. Right? And it even goes on verse 6, the one who by strength established the mountains, being girded with might. And this gets into the second part of what I was going to talk about, right? Who stills the roaring of the seas. Well, we see Jesus do that, right? So we can kind of see that connection there to Jesus walking on water and calming the storms, right? Then verse 8, so that those who dwell at the ends of the earth are in awe of your signs. You make the going out of the morning and the evening to shout for joy. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, if have you ever taken a look at, like a sunset or something? I mean, isn't it beautiful? I mean, there are times when you just are in awe of beauty, the sunset, or there are times when you're just looking. I know there are times when I'm driving somewhere or on a trip. I just stand on nature and I'm in awe of God's grace, God's mercy, God's design of creation is so beautiful. But look, the psalmist isn't done. See, this is how he's shown that God is very present in the world, in His world that He's created, and we see, you know, 9 through, you visit the earth and water it, you greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their grain. For so you have prepared it. You water its furrows abundantly, settling its ridges, softening it with showers, and blessing its growth. See, again, there's a beautiful picture, right? We can keep going, but I encourage you to read the whole psalm. Read it several times, in fact, because again, it's a great reminder that God is the one, right? God is the one who provides that. He provides for His creation. He provides for the needs of the earth, and He does so with us too, right? Again, needs, not necessarily wants, and that's key. And there's probably something that you may be facing in your life here today, but just know that, and you may be struggling with, well, where is God in all this? Maybe it's a medical diagnosis. Maybe it's the loss of a friendship, or maybe there's, you know, marital issues going on. Whatever the case may be, and you can just be kind of throwing up your hands like, what now? What's going on, Lord? Like, where are you in all this? Why aren't you answering my prayers? Well, just know that He is answering your prayers, but it's according to His righteousness. He answers us in His righteousness. But also, He reminds you that He does answer prayer, that He does take care of His people. He is very active in His creation because He provides for it. He provides, right? Just what the Son says, He provides. Just like He provides water for the earth to grow crops, plants, you know, grain, help animals for meat. What all those things He provides. He provides, and that's my encouragement to you today, friends. Is that if you take anything away from this text, I would take away the fact that you could be going through the hardest of times. You could be facing one heck of a struggle and life challenge, but the reality is, and you may be wondering where God is. And I want you to know that He's there with you. And I go back to where He says, but the Son says, by awesome deeds you answer us and with righteousness. And He does. Share that message, dear friends, with others. Peace and blessings.